This is Algebra 2 at Trig, working on 3B.1, 3B.3, the review. So here we are adding two fractions together. We need to have common denominators. So I notice that this doesn't have x plus 2. This side does not have x minus 3. So we distribute and distribute with our common denominator. So our like terms are 11x plus 2 over our common denominator. Looking for some common denominator. Nothing to factor. So this is missing 2y minus 5. This side's missing 4y. To make 36y minus, you got to use parentheses here, very important. Distribute 10y minus 25 with our common denominator of 4y, 2y minus 5. Distribute your negative through. And our final here is 26y minus 25 over 4y times 2y minus 5. Here we may have factorable trinomials. Minus 7x plus 2 multiplies to be negative 14, adds to be negative 5. This is x plus 2, x plus 2. So it looks like this side is missing an extra x plus 2. This side is missing an x minus 7. That's going to give us x squared minus 4 plus x squared minus 7x. This is x plus 2, x minus 7, x plus 2. So collecting our like terms, 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. Got x plus 2, x plus 2, x minus 7. Now I'm looking at what multiplies to be negative 8 that adds to be negative 7. We got to consider if that is factorable. Got 2x and x. Multiply to be 4 and 1. That's 8, so negative 8, positive 1. None of those factors cross off, so no need to factor it. This side needs x minus 3. This side needs x minus 1. Multiply that together. 2 and minus 1 is a positive. This is going to be 6x squared minus 18x. You got to use the parentheses because you're subtracting this whole fraction. So we have x squared plus x minus 2 minus 6x squared plus 18x and then negative 5x squared plus 19x minus 2. Here we're multiplying. Now this is where some troubles come in. We do not need common denominators. People are going to try to turn these into common denominators. They're multiplication. You just multiply across the top, you multiply across the bottom. Nothing to reduce. Here, we want to factor apart. X plus 4, x minus 2, multiplies to be negative 8, adds to be negative 2, x minus 4, x plus 4, this is x 3 and 2, it's going to be a positive 3 and a negative 2, so those are going to cross off. Those are going to cross off. So it looks like I'm left with an x plus 5 over x minus 4, x plus 3. Moving right along. This is a difference of 2 cubes. So we have x minus 3. Square it. Change the sign. 3x plus 9. Nothing reduces there. Times the reciprocal. This is division. Times, we have to flip it. So this is going to be x and x. 6 and 2, positive and a negative. That multiplies to be negative 12 and adds to be positive 4. Looks like those cross out. Wow, that's it. So we have x plus 6. X squared plus 3x plus 9 and an extra factor I'm trying to contemplate if we multiply that together. That's a little crazy looking. Let's just give it a try. So that's going to give us x squared plus 4x minus 12. And we times that to what's already there. This would be a beast. X to the 4th plus 12x cubed plus 9x squared plus 4x cubed plus 12x squared plus 36x minus 12x squared minus 36x minus 108. So we get x to the 4th plus 16x cubed plus 9x squared minus 108. A little crazy. Okay, that would be it, all multiplied out. I assumed something was supposed to cross out, but never did. So here, 2x and x, that multiplies to be 2x squared. 8 and 3 makes 5. So 4, that would be a negative 8 and a positive 3. That adds to be negative 5. Positive 3 and negative 1 multiplies to be 3 and adds to be 2. Division, we have to multiply by the reciprocal. That's funny, it's the exact same one again. Plus 3 minus 1. 2x minus 3. 2x plus 3. This is a difference of two squares. Those are crossing out. Both of these cross out with both of those. And we're left with x minus 4 over 2x minus 3. Now we have our complex fractions. So we're looking for our common denominator between all four denominators. That's going to be x and x minus 2, x and x minus 2, x and x minus 2, and x and x minus 2. So now you can go through and start to reduce. So that's 4 times x. The x's cross out. Plus 3x minus 6 when you distribute in. No more denominators for the denominator. So we get 2x squared minus, this is subtraction, so you got to be careful, 5x and a negative 10. So when we group those together, we get 7x minus 6. And this is going to be 2x squared minus 5x plus 10. Looks like 5x, 5x, 5x. That's going to be our common denominator. So the 5's, let's do it from this side. We get 20 plus 3x. 35 minus 2x. You could rearrange that if you needed to, but looks good. So it looks like we're going to have x and y as our common denominator. So our x's cross off, we're left with y. Our y's cross off, and we're left with x. Our y's cross off, we're left with x squared. X's cross off, we're left with y squared. This is the difference of two squares. So that's x minus y, x plus y. And look, if you rearrange this as a positive x and a positive y, that's going to cross off. So you're left with 1 over x minus y. That's a good one. Here we're multiplying two fractions. Again, you don't need common denominators when you're multiplying or dividing fractions. We can reduce. We have 2y's on bottom, we have 3y's on top, that's going to become a 1. Ooh, and that 1 is going to cross off with this 1. So now we're going to have 3x cubed And that x squared is going to go to the bottom because it's a negative exponent. With that 3, and the 3's cross off, and the x's cross off, and you're left with just x over 1. And that's what we got.